Hi guys, it's Chris from BoBunny, back for part 4 of our February blog class. We're going to make this last compartment in our cute drawer. This one we have a couple little envelopes and another cute tag, and the envelopes have little inserts in them. So that is what we're going to make today for the last pocket. And then you'll have to post what you use to put all of your little books and envelopes and tags in. Post them on our Facebook page so that we can all see what you do with it, because I want to see ideas. Okay, so I think we will get started. Okay, we're going to start with this cute little pocket. You can see it has a little journaling tag that sits right there in that pocket. Wool and mittens all bundled up. So Pia used our layered chipboard packaging to make this pocket. And again, I think I told you this before, but I'm going to remind you that she left the BoBunny on because this is sitting on our shelf at BoBunny, so it makes sense. It might not make sense for yours, so with the measurements I'm going to give you, we're going to cover that up. So you need your layered chipboard packaging, and then you need to cut 2 pieces of paper. You need to cut 6 5/8 by 4 3/8, the back side of Snow Day. And then that same measurement, the back side of Snow Day cards, is 6 5/8 by 4 3/8. And the yellow goes on the front and the brown and blue goes on the back. I'm just going to cover up the BoBunny. And then remember, it's not going to go all the way down. It's going to leave us a little edge so that we have the cute scalloped edge. And that's not quite right. I'm going to straighten it. And then put the back side of cards on the back side of that packaging. Alright, so we have it covered. Now you are going to, out of your Noteworthy, get this cute piece that says all bundled up, and the holes will probably still be in. And we're going to trace that onto a piece of chipboard. So just trace that on. If you want, you could attach it and just cut out around it, either way. So we're going to cut that out. And then we're going to adhere our all bundled up to the chipboard. And then you want to punch holes. Then we need a small piece of the back side of the cards that is 2 1/4 by 4 3/8. So it's the same width as the packaging. 2 1/4 by 4 3/8. You're going to set your all bundled up piece on there where you want it, and then punch your holes. We're going to put the brads in here before we attach it. So punch your holes and then put in the brads of your choice. I'm going to use this creamy yellow color because that's what Pia used, so that's what I'm using. But you get to either be creative and use what you want, or you can be just like us too. Alright, so now I've got that, I'm ready to adhere my pocket on. So remember, this is a pocket, so you only want to put adhesive on 3 sides, right, left, and bottom. Do not put adhesive across the top, or you will be sorry. You'll have a pocket you can't get into. Which, let's talk about that for a minute. If you've bought skinny jeans recently, they're fake. The pockets are fake. You can't put your hand in them, you can't put your keys in them, you can't put your phone in them, they're fake. I think that's ridiculous. Don't make pants with fake pockets. Just saying. I don't know if anybody else gets annoyed by that, but it's a little bit annoying to me. Okay, so now I have that cute little pocket right there. And the longer that sits, the better my adhesive is going to hold. Alright, now out of your Noteworthy, get this darling little mitten piece. And let me show you for fun. She's covered the back of it in the mitten, so it's not just the plain white. So we want to get a piece of Snow Day mittens. We also want to get this woolen mittens 12 by 12 chipboard piece. So I've got my little chipboard piece and I've got my noteworthy, and I'm actually going to put this on here. And then I'm going to put it on the back side of the mitten paper. And you could either, again, adhere it and just cut around it, or you could trace it and then cut it out. And then, and for this, I only, now I'm going to eat my words. No, I'm not. So I just took off a little bit so I could do that while I traced. But now I'm going to put it on the paper, so I'm going to take off the whole thing and stick it on. All right, I cut that out. Now my back is covered. Okay, now that's going to go sit in my little pocket. And then we're just going to tie some, let's see, first of all we're going to get a cute button, one of the wood ones with the snowflakes on it, and use some twine and just tie a little bow on it through that. And then we're going to tie some almond ribbon through and a little bit of some yellow ribbon through. I'll show you on hers. So she's got that bow tied in the button, and the almond just goes through. Oh, I'm glad I thought of that. Let me show you that. So she's put a photo on the back, and then she has her tag on the front, which I think I've dumped out. So we've got just a big piece of almond. Then do you see this yellow? It's not actually a bow. It's just a piece, but she's just kind of adhered the little ends there. And then just a bow in the button, and it's glued on. And a little bit of glitter, stickles, something right there. And ta-da! You have a cute little pocket photo tag to put in your little cubby. Next, we're making this cute envelope. And she used our dimensional sticker, and that holds the flap of the envelope. Inside we have a 4x6 photo covered with a paper that we could journal on. And we'll get started with that. And we will give you diagrams of these envelopes. I have this here, but we'll give you a diagram of it. So you want a piece of Snow Day sledding, the back side, that is 9 inches across and 8 3/4 down. 9, 8 3/4. And then we're going to score on it. Okay, so make sure that the 9 inches is across. And I'm going to score on the back side. I'm going to go in 2 3/8 and score down. Sometimes. And then I'm going to go in 2 3/8 from this side. So I start at 9, I'll go to 8, 7 3/8. So 2 3/8. I don't know what is wrong with this scoring tool. It is skipping lines. That is weird. I've never had that happen before. Okay, so 2 3/8. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to do a 1/2 inch on the bottom. So I'm at 8 3/4. So I'm going to go to 8 1/4. 1/2 inch on the bottom. And then on top, I want to go down 2 inches. So I'll show you on here. We did 2 3/8 from both sides. Then we turned it, and we scored down at 2 and at a 1/2 inch in from the bottom. So we're going to give you that diagram. Okay, now this shows you that these 4 corner pieces, once you fold it, and this is going to be the same with both envelopes. And what's fun is that once you make a couple of these, you can really make them in any size you want. So now you have that square. We're going to cut out those 4 squares. And then you want to angle in the center and on the bottom. Angle it in just a little bit so that you get this look. That's angled in, and then down here it's angled in just a little bit. And you can just snip that with your scissors. And then I did not do this, but I'm going to show you what I figured out after I did it wrong. So I just took this and used my punch and punched those corners so that I would have this, that little circle down there. But what I figured out is if you punch a circle first and then lay it on here and trace, then you cut out and cut your circles and they'll lay together nice and centered. So mine's not centered, but I'm okay with it. And now I'm just going to put some adhesive right down the center and some adhesive right on there. And that part of my envelope is ready to go. And for time's sake, I am not inking around everything, but if you are inking, do that before you adhere it together. And then you need a little piece of green ribbon and a cute dimensional sticker. I'm just cutting little peaks on the ribbon. Just adds a little cuteness there. Put that guy there. And my layered sticker. Now I want it so that it will just barely tuck in. So I'm going to fold that down, kind of get an idea of where I want to sit that. And don't glue your flap down. Okay, and then she's put another little layered dimensional sticker in the center. So you could pretty much choose whatever one you want. I'm going to do that blue snowflake right there. So now the flap will go in between the layers, and voila! And then we just have to do the insert. So we just need a 4x6 piece of drift and a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So there's my drifts. She has her photo on this side. And my journaling is going to go the long way. I'm thinking ahead that my picture is going to be horizontal. Doesn't matter. And then I punched a circle right here and just folded it in half. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to adhere it on my back side so that I can put my photo in before I glue that down. Depending on how you, how tight your scores are and how you fold, your 4x6 may be a little tight in your envelope. So if you have to, just trim a smidgen off. So now I have that in there. This is still up so that I can add my photo. And now it just slides right down in there. And that's off-centered. With the next one, I'm going to show you better how to center this. All right, on to pocket number 2. Isn't that so adorable? Little mitten hanging. So pocket number 2 has a cute noteworthy in it, which we'll get to in a minute. We're going to make this. And it's done exactly the same, but this pocket's a little taller and skinnier. So you're going to need a piece of Snow Day pajamas. And again, I have a cut pattern, and we'll give that to you. And this one's going to be 8 inches across by 9.5 down. 8 across by 9 down. Once we get that, we're going to start scoring. We're going to score on the back side. And this time we're going to score at 2 1/8 from the left and 2 1/8 from the right. and then turn, and you're going to score it 2 inches for our top flap, and from the bottom a 1/2 inch. All right, and we're going to cut out those 4 pieces, angling in those flaps so that when you fold them up, they have that cute angle on them. Okay, now I'm going to show you better how to do the little half circle in the middle. Okay, so get this folded how it's going to be. Okay, now I'm going to punch out of a scrap my circle, and it can be whole or not, it doesn't matter. Then I'm going to place this centered where I want it. Then I'm going to trace around here. Then with my circle punch, I'll use my tracing lines and punch. And then when I'm done, it's centered and it's even. Then we're just going to adhere down the center and across the bottom flap. All right, and now to decorate. We need the cute little quote bubble that says Burr. And again, I'm going to fold down this top flap and figure out where I want that so that it can tuck in. Don't adhere your flap down. And there's my burr. Now we're just going to get a little bit of twine and just going to wrap it around there. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Right to there. And then we will give you a little pattern for our mitten, and we're going to cut that out of, on your snow day sunshine, this little green snow day, we want him to be right out of that grid pattern that's on this snow day. So trace him on the back, and if you hold it up to the light, you can see that you're, well, I can't show you that, but if you hold it up to the light, you can get it in the right place. And then right here, this yellow border, just cut a little piece of that out. We're going to use that as the trim on our mitten. So I've got my mitten. I'm just going to place that on there for my trim. I'm going to just trim off the little edges. I'm going to use some foam squares and pop this guy up. And she's used a cute clothespin to hook him on. So if you have one of those from lying around, or you can get one from the craft store. Isn't that cute? Our envelope part is done. Now we just need to do our little noteworthy tag that's in there. So find this piece of noteworthy. Looks like this. And we're going to cut it at 6 7/8 down. And then from our snow day sledding, you should have a strip left from when you made your envelope. We're just going to show you. She's put a backing on it. So we're just going to take this, adhere it to here, and then trim around it and cut it off at 6 7/8. Okay, so I've got that piece. And then just cut it at 6 7/8. In your Noteworthy, you have this cute scallop border, and you're just going to cut off 4 scallops, and that piece is going to go across the bottom right there. And 4 scallops is a wee bit too much, but you can just trim that. And then back here, she's used a cute sticker that says snowed in. And just put that up here at the top. And you're going to have lots of stickers that you're going to be able to add and embellish as you add your photos and journaling, and you'll be able to embellish this up quite a bit more. And then that will tuck right down inside of that envelope, and our envelope will close. So we've got our 2 envelopes and our cute journaling pocket, and those are going to go in your 4th cubby in your drawer. And with that, we are done with our cute decorative drawer to sit and let everybody look through and drool. Okay, that is it for February. Now you have a darling, well, you have a bunch of darling tags and envelopes and mini albums, and you're soon to put them in your container. So I'm excited to see what y'all come up with. And don't forget that next week, next month's class, you don't have a specific supply list. We're showing you how to do different ways to use the Miscellaneous Me. So you get to choose if you buy the vintage album, the plain craft album, or the Family Is album. And then what content you want. You can either buy the calendar or the contents and the page protectors, or you could get it all and kind of combine them all. Really up to you what you want to do. So we're excited to show you what fun we have with these. So we will see you next week. Bye.